Well, it's Saturday the 13th of August. Happy birthday, Dad. This is episode 200 of 301 Permanently Moved Online, a personal podcast 301 seconds in length, written, recorded, and edited by me at the JMO. 16 hours and 45 minutes ago, I said the following.
Dateline, 20th of March. Website, morning.computer. Short Things by Warren Ellis. I would dearly love more 5-minute podcasts. Some podcasts seem to take 5 minutes just listing and talking up their sponsors. Find the shape that the piece actually fits rather than the shape the current culture expects it to be.
So that's it, the motivation for the show. 5 minutes and 1 second long. It's also the HTTP status code from which the show takes its name. From the beginning, the container had a hook, a size, and a name. I spent the next 4 years and 4 months figuring out what to fill that container with. Episode 2 saw the first well. Episode 6, I mentioned that I'd never stuck at a creative endeavour for so long. Episode 9, I bit the bullet and started scripting the show. In episode 16, I found the familiar intro that the show still has today. 3.5 months of doing something week after week. It takes that long to uncover what the shape of the container is. You have to fill it up a few times, get inside it and poke around. The experience of doing that, putting something inside this container week after week, has been very personal. If you listen from the beginning, you can hear me grow. I've spoken about all this before. Doing the same thing for 200 episodes, I've learned to write. I've learned to edit that writing. I've learned to read words aloud. I've learned a lot about the importance of a creative practice, and I've learned a lot about myself. Week in and week out, I've made an episode. The first 100 were made in 1 hour. The next 100 have taken their time. The show starts on a Thursday, drafting the script, and my week ends on Saturday when I hit upload. Then I have 4 days for an idea to come along. More often than not, one does. I'll pluck it from the ether and make it a reality. And I've learned to live with the disappointing reality that the thing made manifest is never as good as the thing in abstract. I've learned to edit video. I'm still learning to speak to camera. Putting the audience inside the camera and not the microphone is a weird mental shift. I've fallen for and moved past the temptation to define my self-worth and self-esteem by the number of downloads and views my creative work is getting. Episode 2229 is a recent episode that I'm enormously proud of. I felt like I had something real to actually say. In fact, I'm tremendously proud of all 200 episodes. Sure, some are better than others, but they have been made as part of and in service to something bigger. 301 has been a journey. Every week I have an idea and release it in multiple formats. Each aspect just an element of 301. They all make up the greater act of creative self-expression. The larger project, Permanently Moved Online. When I first started making 301, I asked Gordon White over at Rune Soup if he had any advice. He strongly urged me to think about the concept of show seasons. This allows for breaks. Producing, creating, week after week is a lot of work. Had I known how much effort and work this was going to be back in 2018, I still would have jumped in, with both feet. Do the work, as Pressfield says. One of the things that I haven't thought about, if only because it hasn't really crossed my mind, is how do I know when I'm done? I've learned to judge when an episode's script is done. During the audio and video editing process, I know when the show's done too. But as for the wider project, when is 301 done? I don't know. But I do know that after 200 episodes, I'm going to take a break. For a month. I should be clear, I'm taking a break from making 301, not taking a break from Permanently Moved. Over the next month, I plan on making something new. I want to pick up some other containers and see what fits inside them. I'm excited, if a little nervous. I'd like to thank everyone who has ever listened to 301 thus far, especially the paid supporters who make this worthwhile. You have all heard me grow on air inside this little 5-minute container. Issue 3 of Start Select Reset Zine is shaping up well, and anyone subscribed at £5 a month or up will receive it in the post towards the end of the month. If you have ever found anything of value in this show, please support my work. These are uncertain times. Supporting me at any level will enable me to do more and make more. If you have the means, please consider subscribing at www.thejmo.net/support. At the very least, please be generous. Share an episode with a friend. Drop your favourite in a Discord channel. Write about it on your blog or mention it in your newsletter. Lastly, thank you to Eve for sharing her life with me and being so supportive week after week. Be well, and I'll speak to you in September.